And we are live in the
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Such a good energy.
Hello, everybody in the world of Facebook and YouTube and Instagrammers. This is the Shop Podcast, and we are live from the Blue Oval Office Room at our wonderful communications department, Brandy 7. And we are here for a new week. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey y'all. Hey out there.
They are eating, so they probably won't be talking much, or maybe just be me.
Well,
Frankie D.
how was your weekend,
Frankie.
Frankie?
It was all good.
Frankie, baby.
Just, you know what I do? Pushing T.
Frankie, how was your weekend?
Oh, weekend was good.
Transportation.
Speaking of teas, my friend Tina with the T had her 50th birthday party. She had a surprise birthday party. It turned out really well. So happy birthday, Tina. Her birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday, Tina.
Should have got spinner.
Did they have a 360 there?
No.
I was looking in the background for
No,
it.
they did.
He's looking for the
Did they have a photo booth?
He's looking to be mad.
Right.
That's what it is.
They had a photo booth?
No, they didn't actually have a photo booth. They had a stage part where you could take pictures at, I guess. What was that?
Like a backdrop.
Yeah, what the balloons and 50.
I was about to get up and flip everything.
That.
I'm like, ah!
Yeah, and then
So
also
party animals.
You should have.
We wouldn't.
it was a surprise party. Her daughter
Be
stayed
invited
to her,
back.
so
Right.
we just walked in.
I want to know what's going to happen the day you show up to a party and these people already have a 360.
I don't go to parties that I'm not spinning at.
Oh my God.
Damn.
My next party,
Right.
I'm going to book somebody else.
I wish you would.
Whoever it was that, oh wait a minute, I know why it's not. So how was your weekend?
I don't even remember.
Damn. What do you got?
Was it
I don't remember.
sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
What's the
No.
name of that movie?
More like sleep, and more sleep. No.
What's the name of the movie with the
It
guys?
was a crazy weekend with the weather.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
Definitely that.
No, I really cannot remember what I did this week.
Oh my
I
God.
almost forgot.
Did you do a line of blow?
No, but I'm just looking forward to the next weekend.
Oh, was this weekend coming or the following?
No, this weekend coming. I just look forward to every weekend, yo.
Just
Not
to
if
not
you can
remember
remember
it.
it.
I mean,
I look forward to it, but I don't remember it when it's up. That means you
No,
had a good weekend.
I look forward to it because I just don't feel like being at work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I went vicariously for the weekend.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, I work every day, so it don't matter, man. But see, when you like what you do, it don't matter.
I love what I do, but I rest. I
Oh,
need a
right.
break. I need a break. Like
I was
have
gonna say, I
to-
don't care how much I love it.
Yeah, I love my space and my time to myself too. Like I'm so into like I get to be by myself, listen to my music, have cocktails, or anything. Watch whatever I want to watch, or go out, come back in. So I love that type of stuff more than anything. I love being rich. Acting like I don't have one. Like I can just do whatever I want.
I can sleep without worrying about somebody emailing me and me sleeping too hard.
So I'm rich on the weekends. Well,
I mean that you opened up that Pandora's box. The question is, what music are you listening to?
Don't whisper it.
Oh, what music are you listening to?
I listen to a variety of things.
Because they can't hear.
No.
Why is he?
I listen to like Snow Allegra Station on Pandora.
I don't know who Snow Allegra is.
Listen, I don't know what station she listens to. I've never heard these songs when I'm in her car, but I'm always like, this is just the best vibe.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a whole vibe.
I was like,
It
I don't
is.
know
Like,
any of these songs.
Do you know who Snow Allegra is?
No, but it sounds
I
like
do know.
So Saturday, I believe I picked up a group of kids, and I thought they wanted to like push a T and all this other shit and all the rap. They're like, excuse me, can we listen to what's the little Korean group? DTS,
I don't know.
K-pop.
stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like, huh?
What?
They just kept on telling me all these songs. I'm like, okay, all right.
The world is different.
Yeah, so maybe that's what it's something like.
And then I go to my Kim station or
Oh, I like Kim.
Jaheim,
I like
vibes
Kim.
like that.
You need your soul about.
Yeah, I'll get a little creative, do some Will Down it. It's just whatever vibe I'm in that
Are you
day.
doing the comments?
Then sometimes I might kick it up. So,
Okay.
but I like to vibe real chill. I don't like a lot of bang bang noise and stuff. It
You
Well,
don't
I
like
like
no
that.
Megan Stallion?
I like that bang bang kid.
Yeah,
Keith
but
Song.
turn it up. Yes, but my vibe usually when I'm home is usually real relaxed, real chill.
Like shit like that.
So-
That shit that make you want to clean up.
No, I'm not cleaning up. Nothing.
In the house, right, drinking and just.
Yeah.
Does it look
Oh,
like
your Laura Hill bag?
Does it look like she needs to
No
spend her
Laura
whole
Hill?
day cleaning?
I don't think it's Lauryn Hill. That's
Laura Hill.
She might come in
Jaheim,
on something like some of her
Music
songs may
Soul
come in.
Child.
That's-
Kim.
I don't know about Kim, but I mean, Music Soul
Oh,
Child.
I love Kim.
You don't like
oh my God.
Anthony
All I know-
Hamilton.
Yeah.
All I know is
Yeah.
Music Soul Child beat Anthony Hamilton. I'm just saying.
How
I
was
didn't
your
watch,
weekend?
so I don't know. Our mom's birthday was last Friday. So me, Marlon, and Mimi went to Philly to go to the Sugar Factory.
Okay.
They have like this really. I don't know why I like their burger so much. It's something on that burger that I like. So I went there for a burger and we got like the little big
Smoky
drink for me. Yeah, for me and Mimi to share.
Why did you like that?
And she did not.
Oh.
She would not drink it at all. She was like, mm-mm. I don't think my drink should look like that. It shouldn't smoke. But so on Saturdays I go to our niece's soccer games.
Okay.
But I woke up and it looked like there was a blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna stay home. And then when I looked back out, it was a normal day. So I went in to I can't think of the restaurant, but went out with some friends and had drinks of water. Even though today I don't have water, guys. It's a slight cheat day. So that was my weekend. So let's see what we got. So you know who we always got to talk
Am
about?
I on the second?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
he's got to do it. It's
My
all
bad.
right.
Happy pre-St. Patrick's Day. That came from Marlon to everybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna wear my kilt tomorrow.
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
Don't flash the people.
Mustang.
Braveheart.
I don't know what.
Mukbang.
Yeah, what is that?
It's where you like, I don't know. One of the I told you I watched Kevin on Stage. They do it. They basically do their podcast eating food. That is where I got it from.
Oh.
It is a stolen idea.
Yes, we are eating. Everybody's hungry.
We're having the mukbang.
Mm.
I think it's an
Yeah,
Asian thing. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Don't quote
we
me.
got a countdown. All right, people. So the usual stuff that's are here. We got Randy, we got Marlon, we got Randy, and we got Marlon.
No Patrick yet?
Patrick is not here yet.
No,
You have to call their family out by name, and then they just
No.
magically show up.
What's her name again?
Sheree?
Sheree?
You remember Patrick's name, but not Sheree, huh?
Because Patrick is more in tune to the show, and Patrick.
They both
Sheree,
watch the show.
yes. Like, don't sleep on my cousin like that.
I'm just
And I'm
saying,
telling you,
I
I'm
see
telling you,
more.
all of my cousins watch because we do a debrief once the show is
We
over.
got somebody else.
So they watch.
Debrief on
Yes.
Hey, six.
We gotta
You
talk
got a
about
debrief.
Nah, I don't
Sat
get a
home
deep.
with the.
Oh, see, I told you. You say they gave you their show up.
What was that?
She felt it. Is it Sheree or is
Now,
it
what her
Trey?
name again? That's what she wanted to know. What's her name?
Oh.
Say
my name,
say my
I mean, I got a lot going on in my mind. Sometimes you can't remember them all.
Don't be trying to forget my family.
And
We are unforgettable.
Randy did say that's pretty much what it is.
What's up?
We always gonna support. Yeah.
Randy, what's up, Randy?
So
Hey Patrick, hey Sheree, hey Marlon. Top 4.
Oh, don't forget, I think Latoya's logged in. So
I'm not. So thank you. Don't
I thought you were.
don't comment the viewership.
Scabby there?
She's in class. So Tracy Braxton passed away.
Oh.
So rest in peace and love to her family. I don't think we're anything like them, but I used to watch Braxton Family Values and think about us as sisters.
Y'all was singing?
We do all sing.
What y'all say? Can we get a little tune one day?
Yeah.
I have sung several times on this show. I feel unappreciated.
We should have a shop talent show.
Back to the Braxton.
There you go.
I felt like Tamar sometimes. Felt like I was being told I was crazy. But yeah, so they're from Maryland and a group of sisters. So it was like me and my sisters can have a reality show because
We really could.
The Daniel
We
sisters.
dry right now, but we could.
I think that would be fun.
I in my head somewhere in my universe there is a movie or a book or maybe a movie based off of the books that I have based on my sisters.
I just think that the movie would have been a lot better 10, 15 years ago versus.
Well,
right
we don't gotta do it
now.
based on now.
Well, no, I mean, so I think other people would have to play us.
Oh yeah,
As
Well,
a
other
movie,
people
as a
playing
reality show. I mean,
So-
I'm thinking our life was more spicier, more entertainment. That
yes,
people
we
like
are
to
just married
see.
women settled down.
So can we hear a spicy story?
Damn.
An episode.
None of mine.
No, I'm just
I
saying,
have
like people like fights and stuff. We used to fight. You know, we would like go to people's houses and we were adults.
and thank people.
And yeah, we banked people.
Uh,
But I don't remember
Y'all did
banking
what?
anybody.
I think okay, not me at all. But I remember, and I think I told this story before. Somebody tried
We
to
were adults.
murder me.
What?
And I don't think she was going for murder, but she was going to hit me with her car. She's going to hit me with her car. And she was playing, but one slip, she would have actually hit me. And I called my mother, and my mother called my sisters, and they rolled up at her house. And this one right here, in a white linen suit, was doing push-ups outside this girl's house.
Because I
Tell
heard
her
it was
to
a
come
man
out.
inside, so I had to get ready in case we had to fight.
A real man or a girl that wanted to be a boy.
No, not.
Like, her father was
the
there.
mayor was there.
Her father was there. Because we were in high school. They weren't.
Summer is always the fighter. She's ready to go.
All three of them are fighters.
TTG. Trained to go.
All three of them are fighters. That's what.
I got that one.
I don't know who the other 2 are, but there's no 7. Every time there's a story about 7.
You've met our other sister several times, twice at least, at the very least.
Twice. Oh.
At my birthday party,
Did you introduce an Asian sister?
you had already met her before then.
Jesus.
Anyway,
She's now starring in my latest video on Facebook.
yes, she is, along with me and Malik. But anyway, yeah. So that's about the Braxtons.
She could have been a super spreader.
Kanye West.
Yeezy.
I don't enjoy talking about him, but he does do something every week that makes you discuss him. Is that really what makes you a superstar?
It's part of it.
We disagree on what superstars are, so whatever.
We could have been superstars.
Mm-hmm.
Now you out there jacking collars.
Okay. Is that a rap lyric?
Like you're not safe for you.
I missed that one.
You snitch like a pussy, little bitch.
Okay. This is a wholesome family show. Mimi is watching this. Anyway, so him and Pete, what's Pete's last name?
Is that a skeet? Davidson. They call him Skeet.
Pete,
Davidson.
yeah, Pete Davidson. I was thrown off by that. It was like, I wasn't talking about Skeet right now. Him and Pete Davidson were going back and forth, and I don't know what was said, but I know Pete sent him a picture laying in the bed. Like, I'm in the crib where you once lived, laying on your bed, playing PS5 with your kids.
So,
I can quote lyrics too.
as a woman, if your ex-boyfriend and your new boyfriend are going back and forth, is it okay for your new boyfriend to use you as a pawn and say, that's what we're fucking?
I don't think I would let them go back and forth.
I mean, but men gonna do what men do. Would you feel like that's disrespectful?
I think it's stupid, but
Yeah.
but I'm never talking about that. We're talking about you said it's sort of women stuff.
You feel like
I wouldn't tolerate it.
Oh
From
yeah.
either
I
of them.
mean, are we talking about now in our lives? Because like now in my life, I would not want to even entertain a dude that has that type of stuff on his mind. That I think for me, I need a guy like I guess Russell Wilson that's gonna bow back down, bow out gracefully. You know, we know what we have and not entertain that.
Back when?
Hmm?
Back when you wanted your future?
No. I wouldn't say I wanted the future, but I probably No. I was saying like when you're kind of younger, I would still feel some type of way like you're putting me down if you're saying I'm with her now, I'm getting this, that, and the other. No one needs to know that that's our thing. But if they had like little things that they did, like I wouldn't advise them that he can't post pictures of us, but don't go back and forth with my ex. That makes him relevant.
But he doesn't really go back and forth. He just hit him one time.
I was about to say, I do feel like this was just all right, shut up.
It's still making him relevant.
It wasn't. They weren't going back and forth online. They were texting it, and I think Kanye posted it.
Right, but why would my ex and my current be texting? Like,
because one of them mad.
Right, I mean, don't feed into him. Like,
what? This
is
global
change. I mean, I know, I see what you're saying, but you're asking me. I would feel disrespected. I wouldn't want that to be done. I want us to look like we got this together. We're good.
So let me ask you this question: would you want your ex? No. Would you want your current man to mind his business when your ex is basically upset about what you're doing with your children? Like if he's coming to you about y'all's child, do you think that your new boyfriend should have anything to say to you?
Said, let's
your
go.
baby father.
Like what? Like say something.
So basically,
like
Kanye is like upset at.
Right, because I don't know.
So he's upset with Kim. Keep on letting North or whatever baby it is go online and do TikToks. Mm-hmm. So he's upset. Like why you want to have my daughter on TikTok? So now Pete said something back to him. But my thing is, like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm talking to my daughter's mother. Parent
to say, let me handle this.
Right.
You know, I don't need him to handle it for me. Not something like TikTok.
So
not that. No.
What happens when he has a cartoon character of your new boyfriend and him getting killed and him burying him?
Who did that? Who did the cartoon?
Kanye.
The father. The father's doing the cartoon. It's childish. I would not. I don't care. I'm not. Don't entertain that. Don't entertain him. Don't give him ammunition to ignite whatever he has going. Because if you put fuel to a fire, it keeps burning. If you ignore it, it burns out, and it just won't keep growing. I don't want one because it's gonna put my kids in the middle of this now.
He's already in the middle.
But that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want it to get to that point. That's why I'm going to tell my current, I'm gonna handle this. You don't have to defend our children because they are. And now, especially this isn't a relationship that's been going on years and years where he's been taking care of her children and did this where they're like a complete family right now. He may be gone in a month or two. Mm-hmm. So why let him stir up all this and you're not even gonna be in my child's life later? Maybe.
Knowing her.
So so I want to just more so let me handle this. I'm not. Don't get into his childish stuff. We're gonna ignore him. And if he's making the fuel to the fire, girl, stop on TikToks. If Daddy says she can't do TikTok, she can't do TikTok.
I just think it's always going to be something with him. I don't think that
especially if you
Kanye. But I think even if you didn't feed into it, I think that with Kanye, because even like when you talk about Russell and Sierra and Future, like it was publicized and things. But I think eventually at some point, they all stopped saying stuff. Like it's more so with them, like other people say stuff, but with Kanye, it's always going to be something. He dating somebody one week and then he on a Pete attack the next week. So I think that they're a special case that hey Fuzz, that is not the norm, but I would be like I wouldn't tolerate it. No.
When you say you wouldn't tolerate it, how would you stop it?
I really just he wouldn't exist in my like.
He exists.
Probably I would. It's not like this is the first time Kanye West has been like this with an ex. So I said this in the group earlier today. I went a little bit on a rant tangent, but stop picking fucked up people. Don't be mad because these people showed you that they assholes. It's not. He did the same thing with Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa. Or is it
Marla said Pete Davidson should have consulted Tabitha Brown first.
Yes, because she know how to clap back at you.
I don't even know who she is.
Pete Davidson should mind his business. I don't want nobody, like, I don't think any of my
Has he not
kids.
been minding his business?
Well, what I'm saying is keep mind your business. Like, don't even involve yourself. Hey, Kim, why don't you handle the situation? Or they should be talking together. I'm not going about to sit here and text you and we going back and forth on the text message. Then I'm about to sit here and take a picture of me. And, like, all he did now was fuel more, like you said, put more fuel to the fire. You took a picture in his old bed and all that. Like, come on now.
I think it's childish.
I mean, I agree, but I think it's one of those things where we can sit and say what we wouldn't do or what we wouldn't accept. But I think when you get tired and fed up, sometimes your reactions are a little bit. Because I'm saying I ain't gonna deal with it, and now part of the process was I learned from my mistakes. I don't need to date people who are like this. The other thing is these are 3 people who all love to be somebody's entertainment.
Right, now that's what you're doing, but he was like, "Would I do it? No, I wouldn't. I would say to my companion that I'm currently with, don't go back and forth with him about his child or something, because he's gonna go too far with it." And I would just tell him, "Don't. It's childish. He looks stupid. Myself. And if he did continue to do it, we need to take a pause. We need to take a break. Maybe you need to date, and you're not around our kid, and you won't have that much say and." So I handle what's going on in that situation.
Now, I will be honest. I've been in a situation, because we say we wouldn't say anything, but I've been in a situation with someone, and I got fed up, and I said something to their ex. So nobody has ever done that.
But I've also been in that same situation where I wanted to say something, and I had to back out and bow out gracefully because I was like, she's always going to continue to do this. And I lie to you not. When I find me some business and mind it, which is hard for me.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not always easy. Like, you had to get to that point.
Right.
He probably ain't had a relationship where he had to do it.
But that's what I'm saying. They're just starting to date. So I wouldn't, I had to go through this. I was with this person for a while and it was happening. They're just starting to date and go through this. So, like, as I grow in my relationship and we get stronger, because I was mad at him. I was mad at him because I wanted to say stuff, but it was getting us nowhere. So myself, I wouldn't have had, if it was me in my relationship, I'm not going to let these two go back and forth. And I that part, I never had to deal with. I've never been with a guy that felt like he had to clap back at that, but I had to deal with someone that was, I was the Pete guy, I guess.
I was gonna say, I don't feel like I had a guy that had to clap back, but there is an instance where I can think where I did say something to an ex. So
Yeah, you
I'm not
might
gonna
have said
lie.
something to it, but you probably
I got fed up and I was like,
and did stuff that wasn't relevant. Like, that's not relevant.
But see,
I'm sure you said something relevant.
Social media is like important.
Right, because that's important to them. That's what I'm saying. Me, myself. You said me. Would I?
So if you were on that level.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't, because I don't want to be seen that way. I want to be the Obamas.
The Obamas.
Story time. I know.
Oh, go ahead. I need to hear this.
yeah, joke, yeah.
I know stories.
It's from Eddie Murphy World.
Oh, I know six like stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a little son, and he got a mother.
Does he? He got a little mama.
And he got a little mama. So one time she was dating this guy. Well, me, I ain't never been the type to hold my son. I ain't no killer or nothing like that, but
Don't push you.
even if you push me, I'm still gonna say what I gotta say. So, you got a little guy she was dating. So, I guess maybe at a point in time he was tired of me talking to my little son's mother. So she would call me and tell me about what he did and what's going on and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, well, I'm saying my piece. So one day she calls me talking about my son, Jacoby. And we talking blah blah blah. Yeah, and he put the tablet in the water. So I said, well, why are you letting him put the tablet in the water? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Woo! This guy decides to, yo, don't be saying all this in my house. So he was Pete Davidson, right? So I was Kanye. So excuse me, Mimi and all the children up there. What the F? Who you think you talking to? First of all, I'm talking to my son's mother about our child. See, that's the problem with Pete right now. Mind your business. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking about what y'all got going on. I'm talking about why, if my son's mother is calling me to complain about our son, and this is how we communicate, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Why are you intervening in our conversation? So at the point in time, it's time for you got to mind your business. So I can feel, I'm not going to feel what Kanye's doing, because Kanye's doing some dumb stuff. But it's a point in time when you say, do you go back and forth with the person, or do you go back and forth with, if it's in a new relationship, whatever it may be. I think some people need to watch their boundaries, keep it in their lane, because I'm not about to go back. I don't want nobody to go back and forth with me about our children. And it's when you're dealing with the children, it's a whole different type of situation, so I don't know what's going through with Pete's head or whatever it may be.
Did you finish the conversation off with I used to ski on her back? I'm just saying.
No.
That's how that's gotta go.
No, but when she did hang up the phone, I called back like, what you hung up for? Oh, I'm just trying to quiet the situation. Ain't no quiet no situation, because this is what
She
it is.
stirred up the situation too, though.
Yeah.
So they probably was on the outs.
I mean, however they want to call it, but
It's kind of like,
I just feel like you got to mind your business when you're dealing with children. It's a different situation, and I know Kanye is also upset. He lost his wife. He wanted his wife back and all this stuff. But
don't want her.
I think he wants her though. I think he wants her.
It's tainted now.
I don't even know if he wants her or if he just
He don't want to seem
likes the attention.
I think he don't want to seem like the loser in the situation, because he put a lot of stock in her. Like, he told the world there would be no Amber Rose if Kim would have said yes. So he put a big sign on her saying, this is the right one, and now that shit's crumbling, you don't want to look like an asshole.
I don't think she's the right one though.
No, she's not.
She didn't, like Michael Beckman said, if they made a video of all the people, all her exes, it'd be like a real world video.
Speaking of that.
I mean, so y'all don't have exes though? So if I made a video of y'all exes, would we not have
Exes that used to date?
You gotta understand
exes
though.
that you fucked, dated,
Those are exes.
been in a relationship
Those are
with?
just friends.
You gotta understand, it's different because her shit is publicized, and then she got a whole video out. Like she's just really like.
Ray J hit it first.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Hit it before Ray J?
But he made the song and the video and.
She messed with him. What you said?
I mean, was she
They weren't
only
even
supposed to
exes.
date one person in her life?
I'm sorry.
Because women seem to get a bad rep for how many people they dated.
That's true.
Like Sierra was ran through because she had been with 3 people?
Don't forget Lori Harvey.
Lori Harvey she's such a horrible person. Because like, y'all not fucking people?
I don't know if anybody hard.
Oh, somebody wrote a whole paragraph.
But I think that when you are publicized and you in the eye of the public, you gotta chill with the things that you do.
I read it.
Thank you, please.
Randy
But
said,
that's why
I
you
only
feel
disagree because Ye is the one bringing Pete into it, talking about him publicly. Honestly, Kim needs to have co-parenting situation straight before she starts dating.
Yeah.
And then
you know how hard it is for a
Patrick's
man?
here.
Patrick been there.
Patrick said, once you get on, he leave your ass for a white girl.
But do you know how hard it is for a man to stop going in after somebody disrespected him in front of people?
How did Pete disrespect him? Let's start there. And I'm not saying he didn't. I'm legitimately asking.
Well, I mean, yes, Kanye started it.
I don't think it's a disrespect, but I think he should mind his business. I don't think that he should.
I don't think it. How can you mind your business? You are making it my business.
How? If I'm talking about.
He's not talking to her. He's talking to him.
About the TikTok?
I mean, I'm saying.
I'm talking about the TikTok. I don't give a fuck about them.
I don't know what the TikTok was, but
it's a
I'm
whole
saying.
fight over TikTok.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about them.
TikTok is winning.
Since before, no, because whatever the TikTok is, he's been going after Pete since they first started dating.
Yeah,
That's what dudes do.
The thing with my kids is just how y'all say women use their kids as pawns. That's when men use their kids. Oh, you did this with my child.
Not me.
Don't ever do that again.
Nobody ever talks about Drake, how he does it.
He
made a whole song. You can do better. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know the song. So
Marvin's Room.
Who was it about?
I don't know who it was about, but basically.
So it's a song.
Basically,
it's not him saying, "Rihanna, you fucked up.
It might have been.
You could do better."
I mean, it might have been.
It's a very big. It's a big difference.
It very well might have been.
It's a big. I mean, I said that because that's what I thought, but there is a big difference.
Yes, Patrick, we seen the video he made about Pete Davidson. Okay.
I didn't see it, but
you didn't see it?
No.
I thought you was a Kanye fan.
You know daggone well I'm not a Kanye fan.
You a Kanye fan?
No.
How he brung that neo soul type thing up?
Stop whispering.
Oh,
they
he
can't
brung
hear
that neo soul thing kind of up a little bit. Well, I call backpacking and neo soul the same thing.
I mean, I have to be a fan of his. I'm just not a fan.
I mean,
I
he has
don't hate
songs
him.
that I like.
Yeah, songs I like.
He has songs that I like, but I've
I
never
don't
been a
Kanye station nowhere.
I remember when Kanye and 50 were dropping their albums the same day, and I was like, oh,
you going for 50 Cent?
I don't like either one of these people.
Oh, you crazy?
I definitely don't like 50 Cent, so I was like, Kanye, go ahead. I'm not buying either one.
So I will say this:
I've never liked Curtis.
there are certain songs that I listen to from Kanye that I play the whole entire day. So like if I'm about to turn up, like I play Can't Tell Me Nothing, and I can listen to that one song driving from here to New York and back.
The same song?
Hell yeah! All the way up to the max.
That made me sing in the morning.
Can I tell you a song that I like that I've been listening to about 20 times?
What?
Here's what he's shaking ass on my
that
shit.
motherfucking Murray and DJ Khaled.
Oh, amazing.
That motherfucker had a sunroof open, windows down. God damn, that just make you feel so good when you hear that song.
I have to listen to
Do
it.
you have a song that you can listen to like 20 times straight?
I do go through things like that, but it's never the same song. Like I can't think of one song that I listen to. It's like this week it may be a Kim song, next week it may be
me.
What about you?
Yeah,
I don't think I have one. I have several that I could do that with though. Like if I find some, I wasn't gonna say it. I was not gonna say it. He said it. But like I think when I after my transplant, I legit he had an album come out during the pandemic. Him and Tiana Taylor, I just played them in a loop, and I would walk the neighborhood. That's all I listened to.
Lots of moments, like when I had my first child, I used to sing, "You are everything, and everything is you." I would like just go crazy. But like, I can't say like you said from here to New York. But one of my favorite like hip hop turn up songs is "One More Chance" with Biggie. That's like my, I turn that on. That's like when I get the car wash. And, I open the something. It's like, first thing first. I can, like, vibe off of that. But after a little while, I'm going to find something else, I guess.
What about the Mace song?
Mace diss track. I didn't think it was a bad song. I mean, did you see my response to when it was posted?
I just said it on purpose.
Was it good?
It's outdated, but.
First of all, you ain't going to talk about my man like that. So what I said was, but I bet if they have another Bad Boy reunion, his ass gonna be on that tour. And I posted. Yes, he was.
What was?
I posted his part Yes, on that post, I went back in my archives, found the video, and was like, boom, look at your ass sitting there in the shiny seat. Go somewhere with that. You want to be a preacher one day, you want to be murder mace the next day.
I had a song that I played on repeat that was kind of funny. I had broke. Well, me and somebody had stopped talking. Nah, this is different. Me
I do play that.
Do you think that song?
Yeah.
That's my chat.
Me and Marlon.
But me and somebody have stopped talking, and Tobias lived in the same building as me. Well, we lived in the same apartment, but I sat in the parking lot. Look, I sat in the parking lot and listened to Burn for like 2 hours.
Oh!
And the fact is, he heard it in the parking lot. So he walked past, heard it, and then I didn't come upstairs for like another couple hour or so. But I was listening to Burn the whole time, and you just be thinking about your relationship and shit.
That's
like T.I. Bring him out.
Y'all don't have no breakup song?
A breakup?
Patrick said, and I'm assuming he's talking about May's song. It was good, but he could did better. He did better when he came for Cam. I didn't know about that. I just heard about that. Randy said, I got a T-Pain playlist that I vibe to with the windows down.
Randy in love with the stripper.
Usher got some. Usher, you got songs. Everybody. Burn has not been one.
Burn is not one of mine.
It's not one that I like it, but I would never just put that on repeat. But I will say, I was yesterday just randomly. I thought about his song with Beyonce and Lil Wayne, and I was like, oh, let me listen to that song, and I've been listening to it.
Yeah, Lil Wayne have a few that I could get jiggy with too.
And I like Confession.
Jiggy. You know, you can't get jiggy with this shit. You can't get jiggy with this shit. And I thought it because we was talking about that the other day.
So, just Juicy Smollett, as Dave Chappelle called him. Because I hate when I say that and people correct me. I'm like, I know what his name is. Juicy was sentenced. And then he is not suicidal. Look, zoom in. He is not suicidal. And I watched him. I almost believe that nigga didn't do it.
So did they say his family?
I said he's so
said
convincing. I was like, you know what? But you know, I believe things people tell me when they say it. So
I mean, he's an actor.
when I was sitting there, I was like, damn.
The whole family, they said the whole family was like, wow, what's going on? Like, they believe that happened to him.
I was really watching that like, shit. Are we wrong?
Well, you know what?
In our face,
that moment, like y'all see what the dudes that that beat the black, that killed the black guy, the father, and then they had the picture of the meme of the neighbor that said, "If I should have stayed my ass on my own step, had a face." He couldn't believe it. It was just that look, and even when the dude with on his neck. Let's see.
Just that fast.
Yeah.
Just that fast. That was his name.
Well, no, I was trying to.
She was doing this, so I didn't think somebody putting their knee on their
police
neck.
officer's name.
Showman.
Yeah, yes. He just really couldn't believe it. Like, they really convicted me. Like, I guess it's that reality or that sometimes you just really think.
Yeah, I'm glad he was convicted, but I could see him thinking, oh my God, they convicted me. I was doing my job. I'm the police. Jussie is sitting here trying to tell us he did not stage his own. Subway didn't even open that late. What Subway is? And who wants Subway in the middle of the night in Chicago? I don't know about Chicago, but I've been to Green Bay. And what I'm saying is I ain't going outside.
They just can't.
He is riding that. At this point, either he really, but I like a liar like that.
It's just bad when people say, "Who you trying to convince me yourself?" Because
I think he's convinced himself already. He's like, I gotta convince these people. I didn't have this on the list, and I don't know if I said it last week, but I'll say it. Speaking of people convicted in jail, Adnan is getting his they're doing DNA testing. So if you know me, you know I've been saying my boy has been innocent.
The Rude and Raj gonna shut that
I
shit
hate
down.
Ugh. So they're gonna do DNA testing, and hopefully he get
He
out.
was my boy. I just think he should have bowed out. He's
I would
just
say like my mama would have been okay with me saying, "Look, I'm gonna plead guilty to get out. I'm gonna go ahead." So that was my, but you know,
Would
some
your
people.
feelings be hurt if they did the DNA test and they found out it was really him?
Oh, I'm gonna die. But I just wonder. So I think they're the only thing that I have concerns about with the DNA test is it's not like he is a stranger. It is a possibility he saw her that day. He touched her that day. His DNA now. If they tested stuff that was at the scene of where her body was found and they find his DNA, I'm gonna be like, all right, I know when to say, all right, whatever they say he did that shit. I know how to say that. But, you know, and I feel like if they just like retesting her skin, her nails or whatever, then there's a possibility that his DNA would be on her. It's not like it's somebody that she doesn't know or somebody she hadn't spoken to in a while. This was somebody that she saw in school that day. So that's my only concern about it. But I would think that the defense would already, you know, have that in plan. So,
how's he getting funding for this? Like for lawyers and stuff like that?
they probably got like GoFundMe's. The first person who bought who was working on the case was his best friend's sister. So she probably did it for free. I've never donated. I've never looked to see how to donate. Gotta draw a line somewhere.
Have you ever donated to a GoFundMe?
That's your boy, though.
Hush, have you ever donated to a GoFundMe?
No, but shout out to
You never donated to a GoFundMe?
no, I don't even know what the basketball team name is, but these little kids, my old coworker, her son basketball team, they put it up on Facebook, and I donated to that, but I never did a GoFundMe. I don't believe in GoFundMes.
I did to one person because I actually knew that person.
Oh,
I feel like
I
feel like
Oh, you mean to like? I thought you meant. Have you given to somebody that you know that has a GoFundMe?
I ain't never had nobody.
Yeah, this girl had like fire. She lost like everything.
I think sometimes I feel like the GoFundMes is like
I know you're not
some panhandlers.
That's what I feel like is doing.
Yeah, I just like let me see the carnage of that fire.
I feel
that motherfucker fire. Let me see what's going on.
I don't know if I would say I feel bad, but I remember when Poppy passed. A girl at the school or something was trying to do a GoFundMe for him, and I guess I was just grieving at the time and like really caught up like. Because everybody started calling me, you know, they got a GoFundMe for Poppy, and this, that, and the other, and I don't know what they talking about. My little cousin funeral gonna be okay, and I don't. In overall reality, she's young. I don't think she was doing it to just try to get money. I kind of believe she took it down and everything. I kind of believe that she was like, he was a popular kid, and she wanted to do it and give the money to Fuzz. But at the time, you know, everybody just coming to me, she got to GoFundMe, like people just trying to make money out of Sunday. Even if they were, I don't care.
I feel
so you wholeheartedly
I definitely.
I really do. She took it down and stopped and everything because people were going at her. And
you call her?
No, I didn't have to. I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to say anything because even
Crazy aunt did.
Because
I didn't call her. It was online. I went and found her, and I was like, "I'm his aunt, his mother's sister. Take the shit down now."
And you know, my son and my other and Fuzz was like,
I said I feel bad.
Yeah, and Fuzz was like, "Ma, she was gonna give me what she told me about it and all that kind of stuff." She was young. She was just doing. That's what young people do. Like we call it panhandling, but that's what they know and grew up on. So I can't remember. It was a bad time in my life, but I wish I could just give her a hug and apologize because I don't think she meant it in a harmful way. I think she was trying to help, be relevant. Like, I'm gonna do this for Poppy, and she was the first one to do it. Because it was like after that, other kids was like, "Oh, I ain't gonna do it." They came for and stuff like that. I'm like, my family went for this girl. I don't think she meant it like that. And I know Fuzz probably like, y'all messed up my money,
right?
You know,
he was like, I knew about it. I was like, I'm sorry,
right? Because they were like,
I'm sorry personally.
His mother don't need help with the funeral, and I don't think that was her gear or her aim to do it that way. I don't think that's what she said some nice things about.
She might be watching. We got 8 people.
So yeah, so
Shout out to her.
I don't
She's an adult now.
I see how people see them as like panhandle or whatever, but I think when you really read some of them,
Some people do need help though. Like some people is out here.
like some people don't
Like
even
for the
need help. When
football,
somebody want to do something, like I have one of the football dads was murdered, and his he was on the phone with his son when he was shot and murdered, and
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I see what
Is
his
that
son
the one
away
that
in
has
school.
the white police?
Yes, the lieutenant. Yeah, and
I just
so
wanted to say that you reported wrong. Go ahead.
Oh, that's reasonable.
yeah, so some people put together with his sons, you know, guys got it together with him for him to do a GoFundMe because he wanted. They didn't need like money for a funeral or anything like that, but him as stepping into his father's, he's the oldest son. He feels like I mean, just reading it, I was like, oh, you know, because I know the kids. And like when Poppy passed, I got a picture of him standing in my kitchen, being there for my son. And he's a good kid. He's a great kid. Always been a great kid. But he felt like he needed to. He got to step up now. But he know his mom, his dad would have wanted him to finish school. He's almost done, and he wanted the GoFundMe so his mom wouldn't have to return to work while she was grieving. And he just put this GoFundMe out there so she wouldn't have to go to work because he know he still had to go to school. He couldn't take care of mom and stuff. And it's not that they were needed for it. And they did well with the GoFundMe as well. But you know, just for all the people who did donate or whatever, it's probably like I would hope someone would do that for me if I was in that position. Because you don't think about it. Like even some of us in better positions, sometimes we still have to go to work or whatever. But just in case she does need that time, or she may not need it now. She may find out a year from now or months from now she may need that. It's just good to see that type of support.
Do you feel like it's fraud?
No, because you have an option. You have a choice.
Right.
You don't have to do it. It's the same. Like it's not what. Sometimes you think it's a fraud to people standing on the corner. Some people say they go get in nice cars or go home to nice home, but then some people really don't.
Right.
Do you know the I forgot his name, but the little boy who was like, what did you just say? What we gonna eat? The little boy, I think he had some type of red form of cancer or something. He passed away. Very popular on Instagram, and the mother found somebody who made a GoFundMe.
Oh, I know the way he downs or whatever or something. I didn't know. Yeah.
So somebody made an Instagram. I mean, a GoFundMe for the little boy and never told the mother. You know, so I think some people
Right,
are malice
you
and they
know
do things
it.
like that.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
believe
that-
that.
I don't. Would that still be considered?
Because people do it with
fraud?
charities.
Yeah, that's fraud.
Yeah.
With cancer
I
and
was-
stuff like
Why is
that.
it fraud?
You know, I watched the
Why
Tinder
is it fraud?
Swindler, and they
Because
said
that's
that's
what
not
I'm
fraud.
If you
It's
die,
not fraud. He didn't go to jail for that.
if you died, okay, so then what is it called? Lying? If you
I mean,
died,
It's called what regular dudes did.
No, I was just
I made a
asking.
GoFundMe.
Is
Oh,
that
6 died, he had brain cancer, God forbid. And I need
Everybody need to be talking about the
and I
table.
need some type of fun.
we're gonna start a GoFundMe?
It's just wood.
Right,
It's just wood, girl.
And I make
We're
a
gonna have a
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe for you.
Nah.
And say
I don't
you say it
even
wasn't
trust
that.
Start out spending company.
Right.
I don't even trust that.
You know what I'm saying? So what does that be?
You're
That be
real
fraud or
family.
lying?
We wouldn't do you like that.
I do know
We gonna
with
give a
church
percentage.
and stuff
We gonna get like
sometimes you
5%.
can get in trouble for that.
Right.
You can because Frank.
But that's why I'm saying, like, is that fraud? Because the Tinder swindler is different.
Why is that different?
Because he said, "Can I have this money for me?" And they said yes. Now,
for
what
him.
he used the money
For
for?
him.
Yeah. No, he actually used it on other girls. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
It was good. Did you see it?
No.
Where is it on Netflix?
He would,
Yeah.
yes, he would like. He said that he was the son of a diamond owner company, whatever. I don't know.
Detail.
But he was like, you know, he would meet you on Tinder and be like, "Hey, they're in New York." He's like,
My
"Hey,
enemies.
let me fly you to where I'm at and, you know, take you out." And they're like, "Oh, okay, you know, he gonna fly me private, take me to these 5-star dinners, restaurants and all." And then maybe like 2 weeks later or a month later, he's like, "My enemies are after me. I can't get into any of my money. Can you loan me $10,000?" Now he done spent like $20,000 on them already. So they thinking, all right, you I can do this. He's good for. I see he got money, but he was doing his own little like pyramid scheme.
And then people would add him as an authorized user on their card.
Yes.
And then he'll run up the card.
One girl did like 200,000.
But he didn't go to jail for that.
That's jiggling.
Somebody said.
But he said loan, so he was supposed to pay back.
That she got in writing.
Yeah. I think somebody was like, that's what women do to men all the time. I'm not going to say who it was, but I think it was Tobias.
I think it's vice versa. I mean, I remember being young and being like, can I get some?
Thank you! Guys do that all the time.
I fully took advantage of it. But I need some shoes.
Thank you for your honesty.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need some shoes.
Bum.
I gotta say it. Everybody's done
So
it.
that's how you be Patrick?
Maybe.
You was Patrick. Demand a recount and tell him put up only shoes that he didn't swindle out of somebody.
Doesn't matter. That is.
Basically, I can't go to jail.
So what is it, swindle because you asked for shoes?
He probably had the money. He
Okay,
just
there's nothing wrong with that.
pimping chicks.
No.
Well, I mean,
They ask and then you give it to them.
if I ask or you ask, that's not swindling. I'm just
So he
asking.
didn't swindle those girls.
If you ask me for something,
He did swindle because he, as he said, he asked to borrow with no intentions on paying them back. So he did swindle
Also,
them.
so another thing is, I feel like the girl should have went to jail too because what she do? She went up there and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell your clothes."
Oh, so this,
She took all his clothes because he had all name brand stuff.
she did the same thing he did to her.
No, he many times said, "Hey," she said, "I'm gonna pay you your money back."
He said the same thing. He sent these people fraudulent checks, paying them back. Did you watch the whole thing?
I didn't see that.
You go to jail for that.
He sent
But he didn't.
so exactly. Now that he didn't.
'Cause
One girl,
he
he
didn't
was
break the
like,
law.
he gave her the check.
Even bad checks is
And
against
every
the
week,
law.
yes, every week that maybe it's not against the law over there or something. Every time she checked her account, she had lost money waiting for that check to clear. So he got what he deserved. I was like, that's right, girl.
What would
Sell
you
it,
call the
sell
guy
it.
who, I forgot the name of the movie, but he was pretending to be a doctor, pretending to be a pan.
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. What would you
That
call
was
that?
shit.
I never saw it, so.
Okay.
I call him a very smart person.
He's very smart, but what, is he a swindler?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
He was
first
a
of all,
doctor, he was a dentist, he was a
you taking people's lives in your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Without-
That's-
he was a
without
pilot.
First of all, if he would have crashed that plane, that would have been bad.
Yeah, you think. He would have died.
At the end of his swindle, though, he started working for the FBI.
I mean, when you're the
I'm not
best at
saying
it,
don't take your talents to South Beach or nothing. I'm just saying it is what it is. That's what you are. I mean,
I don't know if
You
Randy
know,
remember, but so what was the guy who came down to the halfway house? He used to date
I
Kim.
was going to say, why would Brandy remember
No,
that?
no, no. Kim Kardashian.
Oh.
So he used to date her during the time she was married to Chris Humphries.
He dated her within those 72 days? It was a very
But
short
he
marriage.
was,
hold on,
he would be what you call a swindler as well, or whatever, a liar. He swindled a job without no type of good credentials. I mean, all his stuff was fake.
Oh, he swindled y'all?
No,
Oh.
the big place he worked for. He
was in jail.
Yeah, he's a federal
Oh,
agent. He's a federal agent.
I thought you were saying he worked. Randy,
well,
you
maybe he
remember
just
this
had a
guy?
really good resume.
I don't know, but
who
shit.
fake credentials?
He was always,
Matter
hey,
of
he
get
made a
caught.
lot of money. He said that all the money that he has, I think he went to the airport with a couple $100,000, and the rest of the money, they don't know where it's at. But he said when he was leaving the halfway house, he was going to some island.
He said, I'm going where the money resides.
Yeah, so,
He said, I do remember him.
yeah, so I don't, is he a swindler?
How do we know he really dated Kim Kardashian?
Hey, look,
Did he have
Swindled
a
with that
stash
short. He
or
done
picture?
swindled them with
maybe he's swindling us too. Well, guess what?
Yes, that's what I'm going for.
He was in the halfway house. He did some type of blue collar crime.
I mean, I need to see picture proof.
I
Fuck that. I need a video.
I'm gonna goddamn who he did, but I'm asking, is he a swindler as well?
I would say
He's a liar.
yes.
Yeah, by all means.
So if he's a liar,
They're con
then people
artists,
who doing
right? They're con
come
artists.
on, the people who doing the GoFundMe's and the movies talking about,
If they
they
take
all
the
in
money,
one
they
thing,
are
right?
con artists. They
I mean, if they do something wrong with it, then yes. But there are GoFundMe for several legit things.
Of course.
I would like to
I
do
don't think
GoFundMe for the shop.
Go ahead and set it up.
Yeah,
Let's see how much we gonna get.
no.
How much is the total we need?
Can we get $1 from each person on the show?
For what though? What do we
That's the
give
thing.
money
I don't
for?
give my money just
To fund our next food event.
to feed you. Really?
Well, you know, the main person who wanted to eat, if she says should we get a GoFundMe, then okay, but
she probably set it up for us.
No GoFundMes. Sorry. So I got a question. Since we were talking about Kim, Pete, and Kanye, when do you think is the right time to introduce your child to somebody you're dating?
How old are these children? I think that plays a part in it too. The age, but for me, this depends on how I'm dating. If we're seeing a lot of each other, then I'm probably gonna introduce you.
If you had no babysitter.
No, not
That's a
if I
fact.
didn't have it. I talk about my kids.
That what shit is.
I talk about my kids a lot. So
I'm like, oh, well,
You have just admitted a lot today.
This is the truth. I mean,
I feel you, right?
I love me some single.
You gotta
single
understand,
mothers.
like, if you dating this person, you seeing this person month after month, week after week, month after month, and you get to a year.
I was like, that's
I
not
think
too
it's
late.
way too late.
No, I'm just saying if you get to a year, then
And they still
you know, but if you're getting weeks, months, all right, now we get into another part of the dating situation. You know what I'm saying? Now it's
Right.
like, all
at
right,
each other's homes,
right? Yeah, it's like,
holidays.
like,
so
you know what I'm
you
saying?
know
I'm getting tired of leaving at
Yeah.
5 in the morning, 6 in the morning when the kid wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So, I mean,
That's why I said, depending on how we're dating.
if
when
it's a serious situation,
Now, when we're dating,
gonna meet
we
the child.
3 to 5 months in, and every holiday I'm at your family or you're with my family, then I think you should know my kid too. But if we're just not spending that amount of time, it probably would. I mean, if I have a young kid, I don't know why I have all this time to spend all with you and never with my
That's
kid.
why you aim for those, because then she don't have no babysitter. You can come through Netflix and chill, and have fun.
Well, no, Netflix and chill don't mean my kid. It depends on. That's why I said it also depends on their age.
And chill.
But that's what I'm
He's saying
saying.
he come over, you can't go nowhere, so you put your kid to bed.
But
and
that's
I
what
come
I'm saying.
over.
If you're, that's not a real relationship. We're just. If you're saying this just Netflix and chill, you demon on me because you can fuck because I put my kid to bed. You're not a real relationship for me. I hope I would figure that out.
It'll take a while, but I'll be gonna hit her.
Oh.
See, I'm not gonna hit. So
You
that's
are
what
an awful
you're not gonna
person.
get
I'm
the
just
chill.
getting rude.
And that's what
Okay,
see, that type
so-
of female, that's why she have issues.
So in my mind, I was always like, from the time that I split with Bio Dad, I dated, but I like to protect people's names for their own privacy. I'm not gonna put him on it.
or I'm gonna say Mimi Dad.
Mr. We'll just call him that, Mr. I dated, but I didn't introduce anybody to Mimi. I lied to y'all now. Mimi met Mullen on our first date. But I promise, I tell y'all, from the day I met Mullen, I knew I was gonna marry him.
Yeah, no sitter.
No, I had a sitter. Our parents had her, but I didn't want the date to end. But babysitting had to end, so I had to go pick her up.
You gotta figure out what class she's in. So, say $25 an hour for a babysitter. You be like, I'm gonna run up this time for about 3 hours at $75.
She ain't had that luxury that night.
I know, but see,
It
if
was
you run
like-
up the tab, you be like, she ain't trying to pay $75. So we gonna chill. I'll run up your 3 hours. Then you gonna be like, yo, I gotta go home. And he be like, I'll come with you. And then you put the baby to sleep. And then.
So you saying Mullen finessed me?
I'm not saying that. I can't talk.
It's fine.
Well-
He could finesse me because, like I said, I knew. I was like, they
Put it this way.
Email
if
one.
we
I was
Netflix
like,
and
this
chilling.
is-
I'm not paying the $75.
Mm.
He's gonna pay $75. We want this date to continue to go on.
So the question is the $75 worth the box?
I didn't say he was getting the box.
Oh,
See,
no,
Netflix
no.
and chill is different.
You
I
from
had one
my
guy
Netflix.
You
If
already
I never
know.
slept with, took me on dates,
I
and
wanted
paid
to
Missy
sleep with
Lane
him,
to keep her, and me and Missy Lane would split that money.
If I wanted to sleep with him, it's not about that $75. I'm gonna fuck if I want to fuck. If I don't want to
If you
fuck,
pay
I'm
that
not fucking.
$75, I mean, it's kind of prostitution, but you know.
No, it's just if he wants the date to continue to go on, because I can go now. If I wanted to go on too, I don't mind paying it, but in the most, I'm more so
My husband said,
yeah,
"Don't like that."
the chase, right?
I'm trying to help him
Get the chase. I'm in love with the chase. Some people in love with the kill. You're in love with the kill. I'm in love with the chase. So if
Destination journey.
so I can go. I mean, like, I don't have to Netflix and chill. We already had a good time. If we didn't have a good time, we wouldn't be talking about going on and having more time together. So if you want us to continue to go on and have more time, like, hey, you know what, go ahead and keep the kid with this, that, the babysitter, this, that, and the other, and we continue the date. Now, if I want to fuck, I'm gonna do it anyway. But if I don't want to,
I'm in the home.
I'm not going to.
If we go on a date, we ain't got to drink and we have to eat. I'm not going to your house no Netflix and chill. So
That's what I said. You want to
Netflix
give
and
you
chill.
Like dick in the end.
ain't no motherfucking cold. We grown. Ain't no cold.
But I'm talking about.
And a lot of grown
I've been
men
out the
went
game
home.
for a long time.
Right, you go all alone.
No, I mean they came and chilled and went the fuck home.
See, you understand? Let's talk about if the conversation is going good and you already know what the direction we're going in. If you come to the house, I'm going to the house. We already know what we're doing. I'm not about to come over. We already took the restaurant.
So that's why I said if we already had a good time
So
at
you ever just went on a date, had a long, extensive date, and not had sex with
You
them?
went to the house?
Yes.
What we going to the house for?
we go to the house now. What is shit? You know, it's no different. He must like me. Don't keep still coming to the house and we ain't going on the fuck now. So
I mean, now it's done.
It's
The
still-
kill is already killed.
same way you got them, same way you keep them. But that's what I'm saying. It all depends on what's going on. My end game wasn't always sex. It's more to
Girl, that's the way
Life, that's
females
I
think.
really, I'm telling you, I like to fuck. If I want to fuck, I'm going to fuck. But if just like guys say all that shit, they ain't always down to fuck.
You're right.
They
In our
ain't
older
always down to
ages,
fuck.
but when you're 20, 25, 26, 27,
That's all y'all think.
maybe 30.
So when you're Asian right now, you ain't done a fuck?
I mean, not all the
Some
time.
days.
No.
I
I'm
think-
well married.
I think when you're married, things are just a
I
little
don't
bit.
think it has nothing to do with being
You
married.
right.
I think when you're in a relationship, because
Your wife
they
ain't
just
get
talk all that
Your
trash,
wife-
but they get in
If your wife-
relationships, they'll fuck anybody else, but you ain't fucking your girlfriend.
If your wife give you that little signal like, hey,
If I come home to the
Quick,
cooked
quick.
meal, I'm happy. I feel like, oh, word.
You just want dinner. Dinner's with your shit there now.
hey look, I like a motherfucker say,
But see, you're not married.
let's
Been married though.
let's hit the second. Let's give me the little code. I'm down for a little code. You know, if I'm at 40, 50, 60, however age you want to call it, but
So
That's
when
it.
you go on a date now, at the
It's
age you
ridiculous.
are, you have sex is required at the end of every date.
see,
Marlon has-
you missed what I said. I ain't saying nothing about sex is required. I said that if we go to the house after the whole date, I'm not going there to chill. I'm not going there with Netflix either. We can talk at the restaurant. I'm not
Okay.
like, you're not going to
Marlon
the
has
house.
made a statement. Go ahead and read that.
I'm not in
That doesn't mean
Okay.
that like really makes no sense. Like I'm not about to. We can go to a bar. We can go to another bar, or we go to leave a restaurant, go to another bar. We can talk all that. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is like this.
been on a real fun date.
But my thing is like this though. Like when you go to somebody's house, that like sometimes it like confuses situations. It confuses you. Like, oh, we at the house. Like, what's going on here? So now you touching and rubbing and all this other
Now,
shit.
if you're doing all that, then it might lead to that. But it doesn't. Like if it doesn't lead to that, then I wouldn't feel like yeah, you can leave because you're not having fun. I want you to leave if you're not having fun.
Yeah, I
We're
got
having
That's
fun.
why I
In our
said-
mind, we're planning.
That's why I said
I
you
gotta
never
go
been
home.
on a date where somebody was that compatible with you. You just like I was feeling her fucking vibe, or I was feeling his vibe.
That
That
was
was,
to be
that was
comfortable
why
with
we had to go
everybody.
pick up Mimi because and we
Because
sat in the car until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Marlon had
With a
already
raspy
exposed
voice.
it. He said he boomeranged it. He waited till the second and third date.
Marlon said, I never hit on the first date with any chick I talked to. It was usually by the second or third meeting where Tommy got the drawers and Randy said, and I got the drawers. Marlon, it was beyond the second or third date.
Stop playing with that man. Stop playing with that man.
You come back and say like you hit it on the second date.
It was the second.
We ain't gonna play me like that.
Probably but the second date was weeks and months later. We had time in between. We ain't going no dates, but we.
I'm gonna tell you when it was. It was months later, and I had Mister watch the child, and he was upset that I was out on a date, and I said, "That's okay. Me and my boyfriend can come pick this kid up in your face." So that's how I knew what it was.
Men just look for the right opportunity.
And that's fine. And
What you?
That's what
I remember when I first came to Baltimore. I came to Baltimore. I'm rapping this older lady on the phone. So I'm in Baltimore. I'm like, damn, this is a wild town. So the girl, she takes me to Moe's. I'm like, okay, Moe's. I ain't never been here. But we got a Moe's to go. That's it. So I came from out Laurel, came out here. We got a Moe's to go. Went back to her house. She paid for the Moe's.
That's a code. She told you.
Yeah, we came, got back to the house, we ate the food, next you know, bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, it was all good.
So, I'm a firm believer if I pay for the date.
Yeah,
I want the dick at the end.
I'm not tripping.
Yo, have you ever aimed extra lower just so it could be super easy? Like, I remember one time.
I was going to say, please explain that.
Yes.
I literally went through the Wendy's drive-thru and was like, oh, I'm about to bag this just really easy. Because I knew that, you know,
she would settle for Wendy's?
No, she worked at Wendy's. Oh. And I was like, oh, I'm shining. I got my new little card.
Well, how do you know that wasn't her part-time job? But she worked.
I don't know what it is, but I just felt like the opportunity presented itself.
Just like
and it would have been easy. It was an easy kill.
It was a time we was at a place on what was that? Light Street or whatever, and people was talking to this one waitress and blah blah blah. And her head was pumped up and all this shit. You know, she ain't had no. You know what I'm saying? She ain't had no.
I said it was the fourth day.
No. Whatever self-worth. I don't know what word. You know, she ain't had no self-esteem. So she probably was like, oh yeah, let me get this number to this group of this guy because he talking all this stuff to me. You know, so I can understand why you did that.
Yeah, sometimes you need an easy kill.
I think
and it has to be a new part.
I think the way you think that that's an easy kill, she like, oh, okay.
I'm about to come
up. Yeah,
let me come up.
You're right.
So
have you ever
you
had
definitely have to kill it on the first night then.
Easy kill? I don't like easy kills.
Because you like to be chased around.
Yeah.
But some people do that for fun though.
The male species comes off as an easy kill.
Right, like,
guess what?
I'm attracted to someone else's reaction to me.
But
you own it though. That's fine.
Right.
Like,
Someone's okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Those you put on the back burner. The ones you got chased around, you put it on the back burner. You let it marinate. You do certain things. Keep going. And then one day, she's going to be like, oh, you've done enough to... It's like a game. You've beat the goal, so now you can enter. Just how it goes. I'm sorry.
Come get your husband.
Oh,
Shamika.
What?
We need not to be recording this.
Come get your husband. Anyway.
Have you ever had an easy kill?
I said, all men are.
Not all men are.
I ain't got nobody blocking my shot.
Have you ever taken a loss?
Somebody
Somebody you wanted, but he's just like, oh, we can be friends.
Last night I took an L, but tonight I don't.
I did.
What happened?
I had this guy that I liked. I wouldn't have done anything because I dated somebody he knew, but I really did like him. And this was like Black Planet days.
Oh yeah,
a long time ago.
You got 6 more than one.
And he was trying to talk to me, and I was like, no, I can't because I dated such and such. And he was like, I don't care. But he definitely mixed me up with somebody else. And when he realized that I wasn't that someone else, he's like, oh, you're right. I was like, oh.
But how did you take the loss?
I didn't, because I put myself out there and let that nigga know that I do like you. I just can't.
Have you ever taken an L? Never. There's never been a guy that you put yourself out there and he was just like, oh, we cool.
If I don't feel the vibe, I'm out.
Oh, yeah, you definitely.
And that is probably why I never shoot my shot now, though. That is probably the
result. They ruined
because
you.
Everyone knows I don't do rejection. So,
do you shoot your shot? Or did you in your day?
I would say if I like something and I would go for it, but
How shoot your shot go? Let's run through it.
Y'all gonna role play?
I
You
don't
want me-
know.
you want me to zoom in?
It all depends. Like, cause okay,
Wanna
I'm
buy
a
you
very
drinks?
flirtatious person. I buy men drinks. I buy girls drinks. We met Tina at the hotel, and it was the seats was messed up, so I had to get the girls to move down, and I bought them a drink just for that, for moving down. And they fucked me up. Them shots was $87 for 5 shots.
87.
So yeah, 5 shots, and they weren't any good. He didn't know. I should have known they weren't good. He didn't know I made green tea shots, so I should have known. But I'm a flirtatious. It was 77. I'm sorry, it wasn't 87. It was 77. But once my tip and stuff.
The blow on the friends.
But
Or the people in the row.
I play it off. It all depends on the situation. What type of vibe or mode we in. If I play my shot.
It's fun. You outside?
We will not buy a shot, y'all. It's what we just figured
buy
out.
shots,
Is when
and
we
we
go
buy
out as a
shots,
group,
we buy
Six is
shots.
not buying a shot.
No, but I'm just saying to shoot your shot at somebody. That's a bit.
No, she was saying that she was shot. She just,
No, I was saying I buy shots for people all the time. Like drinks for guys, girls, groups, whatever, like that. That's just what
Randy, this looks like a book.
He ain't buying no shot.
It's your turn.
What?
He ain't
No.
buying no
I ain't got my glass, so I can't see.
Is it
Do you remember a time where
That's the problem. I can't see it.
you took the L?
I get my glasses on in there.
So I was saying,
Oh,
I think sometimes when people be bullshitting,
a woman walked up, gave him
and I also have
and
sometimes
paid
you know
for
you don't have
Yeah.
time for all
I
that
said she
extra
won
shit,
that.
like-
Nobody agreed.
once you start like trying to spin me, don't worry about it. You just ain't gonna hit the phone. I'm not hitting the phone no more.
What you read it all out?
A friend of mine was out with a homie. A woman walked up, gave him her number, and paid for their meal. I said, she the one, Doc. Nobody agreed.
Oh, that's like that.
I took the L with somebody in the group.
What?
I mean,
Oh, I didn't know.
there's a lot of
that.
people in the group that
I'm hoping he means.
What group?
the Facebook group.
I'm just wondering, does he mean like
What?
audience?
Yes.
I'm concerned. You have to explain that because
Yes. I took the L with somebody
You
in
got
the
it.
Facebook group a long time ago.
Okay, a long time ago.
So
no, the Facebook group.
no, but I'm just saying this person is in the group
You about
now.
to get in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that I've dealt with.
I said you needed to explain that out
I'm like,
because
what?
it
But
sounds
look.
like we ain't getting in trouble for
Oh,
you.
he's saying he took it out, but this person is in the
That's
group.
why I don't like
currently.
people being in the group that I
I
know.
mean, it just is what it is.
No.
But literally, I played the friend zone role for years. Walked her through a marriage.
Damn.
And I was still waiting on the back
You
burner.
deserve to
Oh.
get that out.
Hold on, I did it. Then when I was about to get married, she was like, "Oh no, why you getting married? I thought we was gonna be together." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I done played this role for years. It didn't let me. And now that I'm getting married, it's okay. But yes. So I
She
took the
was
L.
playing a game as well.
Yeah, she was. And I'm
Even if you would have said, all right, I don't get married, we're gonna do us. She probably like, nah, I'm staying with my husband.
Nah, I mean, I walked her through it, walked her out of it. I put a lot of work in.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a long game. And I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I'm married and I love my wife, but in my head I was like, oh, this is about to be the one. I mean, this was before everybody. You ain't never think of anybody beforehand.
So the next question I have for y'all is,
What the fuck is going on?
sorry, let's switch gears.
Okay.
Do you think it's okay? Yes. I said, wait, ain't nobody at this table going down with him. You need to shut up.
Oh my god.
Randy said take 6 cups.
It's
What the fuck is it? Like, God damn.
Too much sugar, clearly. How do you feel about a married man co-signing for his baby mama apartment or house?
I don't need.
Well, Shanika said no.
And no again.
Over her dead body.
Let that bitch be homeless.
They don't need. Come on, little baby. Come on.
little baby. Yeah, everything little.
Okay, so somebody said, because I read the comments in the group. My initial response is no. No, my initial response is hell no. My later response is no. But I saw some of people's points. So somebody was like, what if the child is happier with their mother?
They shouldn't be sharing bills like.
Or what if it's not that she can't pay her bills? The girl said that she was renting a house from a private landlord. The person decided to sell a house, so now she had to move, but her credit is not good on her own.
Let me ask this question.
I know.
Why couldn't they go to somebody else? Why they had to come to me?
Because ultimately the kid is your kid, and she probably felt.
Okay, come on, little baby.
I mean, I would go to somebody else, probably. But it doesn't mean that everybody else has somebody else.
Come on, little son.
I
Come on
had,
this way.
and even the people I would go
So
to.
you let her be homeless?
Come on, little son.
Damn.
Come on over here. What we gotta do that for?
Because then your little son gonna be like,
No, not because she. Didn't we talk about this before about co-signing for somebody or putting somebody on your bill and they fuck you in the end?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it though.
Right. And that's the reason I wouldn't do it, to be honest. It's not the relationship that I have with the person, but I have a firm belief that when it comes to money, I don't loan out money that I can't afford to lose.
I'd be mad at you asking me.
So I feel the same way with my credit. I can't give out my credit. One, that's going to take putting your stuff on my credit is going to limit my ability, but also I'm not in a place that if you default, I can pick that back up. So that's why my answers are no. It could, it could be anybody. It could be any of you sitting at this table.
Marlon, can you give me a phone?
Marlon?
Television.
That's the first way to get you.
Exactly. Can you get my phone again? No, I did that to my parents.
Marlon, can you put my phone in your name?
I mean, everything was in my parents' name until they died, though.
Must have been nice.
I mean, everything. First time I bought a car, I was like, this shit was a couple years ago. I said, oh, shit, I got to go ahead and do this on my own? What does that look like?
The same?
What?
Like, did you have
Shut
stuff with family name and stuff like that?
Oh no. I never
I was the baby.
No, my parents definitely had nothing but their name for me or anything. I always had to do it. I got my first car myself. I got everything myself the first time. But once I learned about credit and I valued credit, definitely. I remember me and my ex-husband was one time we were talking about buying a house. And he wanted to ask his uncle what he co-signed. And his uncle said, if you need a co-signer, you can't afford it. And I stuck with that ever since. And he ended up buying a house without no co-signer on his own. So you really can do it. You just have to make a way or find a way to do it. And that's how I go by it now. Like, if I can't do it by myself, then I can't afford it.
I was just spoiled. My first 4 cars were in my dad's name.
How do you feel about that?
About what? Oh, I don't care.
My sisters also spoiled me, though.
I don't care. I mean, it made me. I mean, my parents being the way they were with me, I was naive. I don't think they knew better. But like with schools, no one taught me. I just saw my dad do stuff. You know what I mean? Like my dad paid the bills and my dad worked and my dad had credit and things like that. I saw it, but no one ever sat down and said, let me explain credit to you. So I went out there on my own with my initial good credit and blew it all up and went $20,000-$30,000 in debt.
Was it Capital One?
I don't remember what it
guys
was.
said the same
But once I valued
I don't think back then Capital One was the predatory one. I think it was MBNA. Because that's who went to everybody's college.
I do remember seeing that. I think Tobias.
I worked there.
Oh, is that
That's
right? And you smiling?
because
You did them young black kids.
Basically, you.
White kids
You
too.
ruined-
It wasn't get young
You ruined the
black.
community.
Because my
You ruined
children are her. My children were her. So I just didn't get stuff in my name and just wore it straight out for them.
Did you have a conversation with your kids about
Oh
that?
yeah, I tell him all the time. And then when they're out the but he knows. He knows. And he values some of it.
The Bible says
that I
train up
said.
a child in the way they should go. And
Like it may come later when he really, really need it, but we still talk about it on a regular basis now about credit, the power of credit, money, the power and the lack of power of money, and then some of them are my views too. Like I have to allow him to be his self. Prime example: when I was gonna go buy a car, my hairstylist, my good friend, she gets mad at me because the car I really, really, really would love to have is like 100,000 and some change and maybe whatever. And I said I would never pull up to this house in $100,000 car. That just don't make sense to me. Now I'm not saying it's senseless. It just don't work for me.
Yeah, that's
I
some
need
people in apartments with.
and that's fine for them. It just doesn't go with me.
Yeah, you're right. It's stupid.
I remember mommy telling me I want an Escalade. She was like, you don't get an Escalade until you have a garage. The first garage I had, I was like, hey, mama, listen here, nigga. Today.
Now,
Then I saw them payments and I was like, so you said Dodge.
because
Okay.
I can get the $100,000 car. I really could get it. I just would like to see that on a bigger property, like
On that house
two-
on Dogwood.
yeah, 2 acres
Calling out
or more
streets?
or whatever. I would like to see
Because
it.
she know the house.
Yeah, I would like to see it. Well, no, not even that. That's a nice house. That's a nice house, but I don't think that one is. I mean, it's really nice, but it's not. I don't think that one. It would have to be on 2 acres of land with the wraparound drive through. For me, that's just for me. Like, okay, if I have $100,000 car, I think my house should cost $1 million or more. You know, I would even say $700,000 to $800,000.
So you break it down in fractions.
Equivalencies for my value of things like that, but because I mean, I was gonna get a car for, because remember you were saying, certain amount of thousands ain't that much when you already spend it. Because I was gonna do 80,
So
but I wasn't gonna do the 100.
so
That's me.
we're gonna have you make a PSA for the shop.
That's shipping.
If you live in an apartment, what kind of car maximum should you go to?
Oh, you can do whatever you want. It's me. Now,
But-
me, if
but
I
in
live
your
in
theory.
it depends on my apartment. What am I
Honda
living?
Accord?
No, what kind of apartment am I living in though? Am I living on Road and Road
Because it's a
apartment?
very expensive.
Yes, yeah.
apartment.
Alright, so 1,500. 15 to 2,000.
That's what I said.
I would say,
I ain't gonna. Well, I ain't gonna hold you. That's not the best apartment.
Okay.
I would say, I probably would. You can get a Mercedes. It's gonna be a little older, maybe. Like for instance, me, I don't buy brand new cars.
So 15 to 2,000. What type of car should be in this apartment?
I don't know. Whatever your bank account affords.
15 to
I
2,000,
really
what
don't
kind of
know.
car should you have in
You
an
shouldn't
apartment?
look at it that way. That's why I said mine are just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'll give you an accurate. Maybe an
You
Infinity.
can have an Acura in the apartment.
Maybe an Infinity.
I have an Acura in my apartment.
You got people who got Benzes in the apartment.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
Sure.
in your mindset, what kind of car should not be sitting in the $1,500 to $2,000?
I mean, they might be.
But it also, I was going to say, it also depends on the people, because some people don't feel like they might rather have a nice car than a really nice home, or like fancy or whatever like that. Like that's probably not their thing. Like they don't have company. You know, I live here. I go to half of them don't even stay in their apartments half the time. So they might not be willing to spend $3,500, $4,000
Right.
on an apartment or a mortgage or anything like that.
That's
They
just somewhere
find
to sleep.
where they are because they don't value. Or they like. I also know very wealthy, like well-off people who like to live in them hoods and stuff. They will fix their houses up. Is it one of our
That's my cousin.
This has got me a cousin. They
Uh,
will fix their.
They pull up in the Bentley in Atlanta.
Okay.
All right, so I got a question for y'all because y'all know my program about to come on and I ain't even home. What is the biggest or what's your favorite lie that you have been told by a partner?
I don't want to talk about lies.
I don't know. I was usually
All right.
a liar.
I got one. I dated this guy, and on our first date, I think I'm a dope person people like to hang out with. We didn't want it to end, but it was late, so we were just driving around.
Huh?
And he was like, I'm going to take you to my parents' house. It's late, we can't go in, but I'm going to show you where my parents live. So we go to his, and before the date, he had came in. And I'm going to tell you, in some ways he tried to be a charmer because I was an adult. I think I was 21. I met him right after my 21st birthday, but I was back living with my parents. And he was like, he came to the house and he sat and talked with our dad. And he was telling my dad about his parents' house, and he was like, it's they have an elevator, and it lets you know when you enter on the floor, this, that, and the third. And we're all like, don't give a fuck, I don't live there. So he was like, I'm gonna drive you to my parents' house. So we go to the parents' house, and he was like, down the street they have another house as well. So I was like, oh, okay, that's dope. Don't care. I know where you live at from your paperwork, and I'm not impressed. So, cut to a couple months later, we go on a date, and he was like, well, let's just go to my parents' house. I was like, okay, cool. He checked the mail before we went in the house, and he took the mail in the house, and he must have went in another room to do something else. So I looked at the mail. I was like, his pastor had got married that weekend and was away on his honeymoon. It was his pastor's house.
He was house sitting.
That he was house sitting. I was like, maybe you thought I wouldn't find this. I was like, I guess you had no hopes on us.
Call the mom and dad.
Well, when I met his parents, and this is no offense, God forbid, I hope he never watches this. When I met his parents, I said, they didn't
It's
live
when
there.
you go into politics.
I said, they didn't live at that house. I'm sure of it. But that was one of my, and he told a bunch of lies, but that was my favorite. I was like, that was just dumb for no reason.
You guys gonna tell y'all lies?
Go ahead and tell yours.
Yeah, I don't really have to lie. I can't think of a lie.
Well, I had this girl that I really felt like, I mean, she was a very, very smart hood rat. So, I mean, hood, when you think about hood rats, they know some shit, yo. And you be logical, you never think about it. But this girl, it was around Christmas time, this girl called me up and said that she had an abortion. I think she felt like I wasn't going to buy her kids no presents and shit. Right? So, after that, I thought for a second, and I said, you want to come over? So she left, it was cold, she left her house to come over to where I was.
Who is her kids?
With whoever
Get
they
an
were with. No, she had 2 kids. But anyway. So she came over, and first of all, she had a thong on. And I was like, I don't think you have a racist procedure like that and have a thong on afterwards. Then I asked her to do a whole series of a bunch of things that if you just had an abortion, you ain't trying to do, like, oh, can you go upstairs and do this, or can you go upstairs and get me this? And she did these things, and in my head, I just calculated, like, there's no way she's doing all this and had an abortion. So, to this day, I don't really...
First of all, don't call me after the fact. Clearly, you were able to pay for it. So, but I don't know, because I haven't done either, but I have been with people, God forgive me, who got abortions, and I don't know if the response is the same as, like, people who have miscarriages.
No, she said...
Like, body response is what I mean. Like, because she still wear a thong is what I'm saying. Like,
that was a scam.
Oh, he definitely got swindled.
Yeah, those were swindles too.
I mean, I still got her kids stuff, but I was kind of...
Can you give me $400?
So, wait, you gave her the money for the abortion and got her kids stuff?
No, I just got her
Go
kids
ahead.
stuff.
Go ahead and say. You paid for that. You paid her back for that abortion. I said lies that people told you. You ain't got to lie to us.
You got to lie, Craig.
I'm not lying.
You paid for that abortion. She should have got that money up front. Don't let somebody tell you. Well, I'm going to tell you because you don't got to worry about it no more. Don't let somebody tell you that they already got the abortion. You take them to that clinic and you swipe your card yourself. And who are these people y'all sleeping with that don't have insurance?
My mother named
does insurance pay for that?
Insurance covers abortion.
It does?
Yes.
Oh,
Medical assistance does.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody gonna call me and tell me they had an abortion and then I need the money now. Yeah. Let me see that paperwork.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just take her word I had an abortion. I'd have been like, you should have been like, why did you kill my kid?
I was concerned about it, like, you didn't even give me a shot. But then again, I'm just
She
feeling
didn't
like
think you would be a good
the whole
dad.
thing was a lie, yo. I just feel like
She said, he's going to be a shitty dad.
I
Let me just get rid of
don't
this.
think so.
See if he can talk me out of it.
I've taken on plenty of kids.
Okay, plenty of kids. Plenty of kids 6.
I mean, I did.
Oh, wait a minute. What did Brianna say? The kind they wouldn't want to take while asleep. I don't know what she was talking about. All right.
Who's this other person?
I got one question.
Brianna.
Have y'all been watching Bel Air?
I just got finished.
I mean,
Is it all the way
I'm
over?
gonna need them to upload the whole season.
Not to say Bel Air in per se, right? So this is my situation. This is my gripe. Well,
I'm just.
You said you leaving because
No.
my program started 4
Yeah,
minutes
yeah,
ago.
No, yeah.
Marlon, please hit
So this is my gripe.
record
right?
on DVR.
Why, with all these black shows, do we have to have a drug dealer or a drug addict, a homosexual?
I heard some
Why
post
in
about
all
that.
of
They said
these
that a
shows?
lot changed. Like,
But I don't know why people thought they were gonna get the same exact show. So that's the only
See,
thing that
that's
puzzles me.
Not the
Brian
show
said.
itself.
That's
I'm just
what
saying,
Brian
like,
said.
in all of our shows these days. Not even saying Bel Air.
So can I ask you a question though? Do those things exist in our reality?
And
Yes,
everybody's
they
done.
also don't
I
show
there are
up
white
in
shows that
everyone.
deal with drugs and
Right, but what I'm
things
saying
like
is,
that.
like,
But it's like
I'm
all of
talking
us, like
about,
all
like,
of the shows
our
we
community,
watch
yeah, like-
now, from Power,
Yeah,
all of
they
it,
all
all
gotta
of
have a
it.
But-
All for us.
Empire,
Do
everybody.
we take ownership on that being a problem though?
I
Because
think that's
they
what
keep
he's
making
saying.
it because we
We
keep
do,
watching it.
because that's what I was gonna say. That's what Bryant said. Bryant said that it sells. You know, he had to change it up a little bit, this, that, and that. And I definitely get that. But I think if we change it a little bit too, and which will be hard, and some people don't want to take that out and lose the money. But if we change it and that's all we have to watch, we'll watch different things as well too. But I kind of get what he was saying. Let me explain the post that I saw. The guy was saying that Bel Air was good. He said, and I guess he might not watch white shows or other shows like that because some people don't. They watch. Yeah. See, we did. We're diverse. We're very diverse. But some people only watch what they, like how we watch everything. A lot of people are like, I've never seen that, never heard of that, or whatever. So they watch.
That's what bothers me though when people say they don't do this on that. You're not watching it, so you don't know.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it does happen as well. But so the guy said, unfortunately for him, and honestly, I will say this: my views change as I got older. In my 30s, I would have thought differently. I said, but this guy is of my age or maybe older. He said the Bel Air from the movie from where it originated from. Uncle Phil was a good guy. He wasn't a crooked politician. Now they said he was supposed to be like a crooked, got crooked in it. They were saying that Colton was really a good kid, whether they was trying to make him white or not. But now he's snorting coke. Not saying that a good kid can't go into that or follow that one. So that one, could be a little touchy. But then. And not unfortunately, but today's times, Ashley had to become gay because it's getting now. For people who are older, it feels like a lot of people as they get older, when it comes to the LGBTs and all that, it feels like they feel like being straight is wrong, or you can't really celebrate it. You gotta celebrate everybody else's thing or whatever. So they're just saying like it had to change up. But I think that's what sells, and that's why they did it, because it's what sells. And also, to a lot of the viewers, I think older people watch more TV, but they say younger people, that's who they're trying to gear in or whatever. But I really feel like they watch online stuff, but they're trying to get into those crowds.
That is an online thing,
right? Yeah,
I see what you think. I just think that it's one a sign of our times. Also, I think people aren't realistic about the Fresh Prince, because all of those shows back then, Fresh Prince, Family Matters, it may have been or it may not have been the main characters. They all touched on those issues as well. Back then,
Carlton did do something
Carlton
one
had
day.
done. That was when Will said they jumped the shark with that.
And then when they were using the drugs for school, to pass the test or stay woke, and so it did address.
So it's not like
but it wasn't
all
the time.
It's like every
also
show,
a drama.
Empire, basically all the power.
But I swear to
It's
God,
like
Brian said all the time, sex, drugs, and violence. That's what
But
sells.
my thing is, nobody will turn it off though.
Right,
When I got tired of watching black women physically, literally fight each other, and I stopped watching Real Housewives and Basketball Wives, and I stopped watching the white ones too. I was like, that's not what I want to see.
But but I think that's what he's saying. The difference is like there are some of us. I will watch the nicer ones. I will watch the not so heavy hard ones too. I just don't think they last. Nobody else watch them.
Physical
And as you said, none of us know that show. None of us know that show. He
mentioned it. That's why I watched
He
it.
doesn't count. I mean, he doesn't know a lot of stuff. He's paying for abortion.
That didn't happen.
He's gullible.
I just think that young
It's
people
more
say
of
that,
us
but I
who's
also
there.
so people have a problem with Ashley being gay. I think that it is
I don't
about.
think they said it was a problem.
Oh no, I saw several.
I don't think that's what he's saying. Like so
I
much
don't
of
give
it
a
is
goddamn. I
No,
don't
I
give a
think
fuck
he's saying
what
why
There are
had to
because
today's new shows had to turn that.
Because that is what our reality is. I know so many teenage girls that are. It's not because they saw it on TV.
That, but we
I
know
think that's
so
where it
many
started from.
teenage girls
Well,
that
let me
are
start
from
hold on.
TV.
I'm not in it. I'm definitely out of it.
How you going?
I'm saving myself. I retract my statement.
You retract.
So this is
I mean,
My
we get it. I
publicist-
definitely
his
get
line
it.
would be to anybody else. This is a show. We're
Right.
talking about we're
My
talking about a
publicist
show.
has advised me.
This is a show.
No,
We all gotta talk. This is what he would say to anybody else.
My
This
publicist.
is $11. You would say that too.
Well, my publicist has advised me.
Breon said, "You guys feel how your parents felt about music changing, drugs, sex, killing."
Well, that's what I said. That's why I definitely said it changed for
I
me.
just feel like
I mean, not changed for me because I watch it. I mean, I would watch it and
I don't. It's not even
But
about
I
Bel
just
Air. It's
said
just the fact that I think that we can do a show. We can do a show
Everything.
without it. Like we can do a show and just say,
It's no
Oh,
more
this is a-
Cosby shows or
right, we can do a show.
even
that
though
doesn't
they
have
dealt with it. Yes, but
this is
it's
also
different.
a drama, so it's not going to be done in a comedic way.
Right? No, not in a comedic way. But I'm saying there was. You have to admit, there's even though drugs and stuff was in good times, it's different from the shit we're watching today. People getting shot in their head and all of that type of stuff. When it happened on good times, you didn't see it. It was like the little boy got shot. The little boy, James thought it was his gun.
Right.
It was a little different than what our kids are forced to watch today. Like there's no
It's like a network
cartoons
that's
than
saying-
adult TV.
It's like
There's
networks
no
are saying,
middleman.
You're bringing your show to our network. We want this in
Yeah,
there.
you
We
definitely
want
you're
that
not getting in there
and it
without
has
it.
to be
You're
this
not.
in there,
And
or
that's why
you
they
cannot
do it.
have it in there.
Well, that's why my good friend Kevin Sage just made his own
We need more
platform
Kevin
where
Sages.
where he can support black productions and not have to have those things in it. The problem is, how many people know who Kevin Sage is?
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
Sitting at this
platform have to. Oh, I know who he
I
is.
mean,
I think.
Because I said it. I've said
Oh
it
no,
before.
I've watched his stuff before. You know, when he was just like the clips and stuff. I mean, I definitely know who he is. However, that's what I mean. We need more of them because I don't know about all of his stuff because it don't make HBO, it don't make Showtime, it don't make Peacock or those things.
Well,
Like,
like
I-
Abbott Elementary.
Like you know those shows.
That's a great show.
Now,
You
mind
watch that?
you, I've watched it a
But
couple
you know
times.
everything 50 Cent got out there.
But however, unfortunately, a couple other
Not
shows.
to say that I would watch
Not
like
that they're
those
not
type of
scalable.
shows.
But my
The
point
ones
is there
I'm
are
watching
shows
are
out there that
scalable to
you're
Abbott.
asking for.
It's just not the
It's
one
just
I'm
people don't
watching.
watch
Well, give me the show. Give me the time. I'll watch
You
it.
can watch Abbott Elementary, Grand Curve. I think they are both.
That's the show that's on Peacock. The crew something.
Um,
You ain't talking. You sit there. Now he wants to talk.
I just said you're wasting your time.
What's the crew show? Is it on Peacock?
I get it now.
it's called Grand
He
Curve.
like don't watch that shit.
Why?
You ain't like it?
Nah, I ain't watch it. But
Is it on Peacock? Is that the one on Peacock?
If it ain't
I
sex,
think
drugs,
I
and
did see it
violence,
on Peacock. It's on, I think, like ABC or something. But when I finished watching Bel Air,
I seen
it went straight to
something-
Grand Curve.
Okay.
you don't want to watch regular life on TV.
I started
So
watching.
this is why they do this because you are saying I don't want to see that.
VIP Gunner sells a lot of drugs in his songs.
He does not.
Same difference.
Have you listened?
Yeah.
Don't come for my friends. He don't sell a bunch of drugs in his music.
He said that.
I just wanted to ask a question because I just feel like everything these days are pushing
Everything we
the
need an
narrative.
intermediate phase for the
Even I mean maybe on the white side too. I mean I don't watch too many Caucasian shows, but I'm just saying for the community I'm in, I just feel like we're just pushing this shit down
Because, like,
our people's
realistically,
throats.
me and Brian be watching in the heat of the night on our break.
Mm.
And some really wild stuff go on there. It just, you don't get to see them getting shot in the head, but they do the shooting and stuff, so it always is there. We know people had sex, but you don't see titties and big booties just flying out and everybody doing it on the shows. It's like a little hidden on the shows, but those are the things that happen
People
on
on
the show, because that's
what's the show
what
with
sells.
JT and what's the name of the show? New York Undercover. A lot of things happen on New York Undercover.
Now, to our friends, New York Undercover was off the hook.
Right.
But
But
to our friends, it was off the hook.
It's on BET now.
a lot of
Because
things
they
happen
saw
on New York
more
Undercover.
sex and stuff like that. But I would say, to me, those shows started it. Those shows that we grew up on.
So
that
you're saying
never
now
really
that,
started it. It wasn't the
hey,
Cosby Show.
we're not going to hide it. We're just going to put it out there now. Is that
Oh,
what
you
that's
get
what
the,
happened?
when cable came out, the world changed. You knew to
MTV.
get naked and smoke and show drugs and stuff on TV.
The first real world. The first world.
Look how crazy everybody went when Scarface and Godfather came out.
But I'm talking about like
You
so
got to see it all.
the reality TV.
You were born. They got
I've
the
never
Godfathers. But like Scarface, I
just saw Scarface
But
recently.
yeah, I was older once I saw Scarface. Then I couldn't turn it off. But like, I was older once I really saw The Godfather too. It was like I had to be with someone and they was watching. And I was like, I guess I'll watch it. And it did get kind of good.
Have you watched Paid in Full?
I know I have. I don't remember it like that, but I know. Those aren't really. I don't really watch. I'm not gonna say I don't really watch them, but I don't pick them over 27 Dresses and stuff like that all the
But
time.
in Paid in Full, he watched Scarface in the movies, and that would have changed him. That made him want to be the biggest drug dealer ever.
So Brianna said, I would agree, expose the little kids to doing it in the cartoons a lot nowadays.
Oh yeah, because I don't watch the cartoons, so
I think I think part of the problem with children exposure, and I know you can't always protect your kids, but I think that there is a responsibility that parents don't take on for what their kids see. I feel like when y'all were around, we got to watch everything. I remember I asked to see Eddie Murphy Raw, and they were like, in Jesus' name, no, you will not do that. I had to call Boosie and be like, hey, I want to see this comedy thing.
We would watch a show and the sex scenes would come on, and we kind of like try to turn out here. My father be sitting there eating the popcorn and stuff. But of course, it wasn't like it is today either. But I don't think they showed it us from
Back
it.
in the day, it would tell you close your eyes, turn your head.
Or you don't have to follow everything that you see on TV.
Right.
Like I always say, how much I love, still to this day, how much I love Lil' Kim. And but I had to know the reality from, like, I can't be out there deep throating people. I didn't know what she was saying, honestly, until I was old, and I was like, oh, I've been saying that's what that meant.
I remember
She was like, when she said she drinking babies,
oh,
she was following that. Oh,
I remember Fuzz was little and he was in love with Friday. He loved Friday, and we let him watch it because we were watching it, and I mean he would just put the video in and watch Friday all the time, and he like loved this movie. He would watch Friday.
I remember back in the day when HBO would come on and they would have like you would. I mean I don't know about how y'all was doing it, but you would look for the movies that would say like some nudity.
strong sexual content.
Yeah, and like you would turn it all the way down. And, you know,
And remember once
late
11
night
o'clock, those little hot shows would come on.
My first
My
introduction to porn was HBO.
Yes.
Real Sex 9. I still remember.
Right.
I feel like Real Sex 9 was like the quote. Because everybody always says 9.
That's the first one I saw. I remember 11.
You still watch it?
I don't even know what it is.
I still have.
I have no idea what that is.
They're embedded in my. I still have scenes that I reference.
I remember
Well,
we
the worst
couldn't
part-
watch Benny Hill.
The worst part about those Real Sexes, it'd be like, I'm going to say weird.
Oh, I remember Real
Right.
Sex. When he said Real Sex 9 and add the number, I just remember Real Sex.
The people would be like, what they call them? The dominations people and all
Yeah.
that.
But if you like,
The men
it'd be
who
like
like
a
butt play.
60-year-old older white dude.
Wrinkly.
He'd be like, maybe, but nah.
Sitting there naked doing an interview.
I mean, it's the truth though. You be like, it doesn't turn you on. Let me imagine Lisa Ray's head on her. But yeah, that real sex was.
Well, y'all, it is 18 past the hour, which means I am late for my program.
This is
So
why we're in
Not
the
doesn't be
one last thing. One last thing.
You got one more question?
I said that thing last week too, but all week before. Is Fox 45 racist to y'all?
Oh my
You can't
god.
say it, but this is what I mean when I see Patrice and all the other black people.
Mackenzie.
I be like, y'all don't feel uncomfortable working there?
Oh right, I see.
I'm like,
City in crisis. City in crisis. Every goddamn morning for the whole 60 City in crisis.
Is the
Maryland,
racist?
Maryland.
I thought they was.
Every city's in crisis. If you got over 100 murders, 500 murders, it's all
Our
crisis.
rates are going up. Everybody's in crisis.
But goddamn, Fox 45 is like terrible.
And they picked the whitest people to do.
yes.
You mean nobody else would stop? When I see people walking past y'all thing trying to talk to you, like wait for them to walk away.
They're like, what's your stance on this? You think Marilyn Mosby should go because she's extremely
and
corrupted and she's
and
stealing
I don't
all
think
your
this
money
person is
for her
registered
houses?
to vote.
I don't mean no harm, but Maryland, I think she's gonna ride out these couple of days.
I wouldn't. I would be like, fuck this city.
I don't think she's
I'm
gonna. I don't think that she's
a-
going to.
a firm in the county somewhere.
I don't think she's gonna say go put her hat back in for the bid.
I wouldn't.
But I think she's gonna ride out just so she can get on their nerves. I think she's gonna take the deal. But the way Fox 55 be attacking, like God damn, is y'all racist and what's happening around
Didn't
here?
they hear her say, "We're not prosecuting small town crime"? Why are they going after her line on the application? Let's go get some of these murderers that keep getting away with everything.
I absolutely hate them. And one day, because I cut the news on to see what the weather is and stuff.
They have the best weather up there.
They do.
That's why
They really
Brian turned it
do.
on. That's why.
Mullen walked in the room one day and turned the channel and said, "You will not
I
watch
told
this
him to
again."
watch 13.
Because I
I
was
used to
so
watch
frustrated.
13.
Every
13
morning
is
I was
goddamn.
mad. But I can't remember who passed away. Somebody died. And it was something big that happened. Like somebody was murdered. I don't think it was the lady at the church. It might have been her, but I think it was somebody else after her. And they led in with Marilyn Mosby.
I know exactly.
And I
what
said,
you're
and
talking
I watched it by
And what's the
accident.
school?
Augusta Falls.
Augusta Falls.
Augusta
That was
Falls.
when Molly told me I couldn't watch it anymore. I said I can't take it anymore.
Long, like God damn, Fox 45.
I was like, these
Project,
what?
what you call it? Project,
Oh yeah.
that's your project, whatever it's called.
Because if you watch the regular news, they will tell you that Howard County, all the counties are saying that it was a lack back when the pandemic and that the scores went down everywhere, but it's only in Baltimore City.
Oh my God.
Or the black schools.
Well, as a regular person, I'm going to tell you, the city is in crisis.
It is.
And
But
we have over
it-
300 murders.
Can you tell me what a regular person is? What you mean?
Whose man is this?
A person who is not delusional is not saying that the city is not in crisis.
We're
The
not.
city is in
Nobody
crisis.
said the city wasn't in crisis. He
Oh.
said every city with this type
Every
of
city's
crime
not in
rate
crisis.
is in.
I hate to be the
Every
bearer
city
of
said-
news, but the
She said
county
the county is in crisis.
Every urban city is in crisis.
I don't know about that.
Maryland is in crisis.
But
There's 300 deaths.
yeah,
and
but also,
Philadelphia got 500. It ain't no bigger than us.
Philadelphia's in
Also,
crisis.
too.
So
Let's
Chicago
not say
probably got 800.
now the numbers are
City is in
definitely
crisis.
different, but there is a higher number in the county. It's like quadrupled or doubled from what it was before. I would love it to be back to them low numbers.
I'm
but
gonna
it
look
is-
because we was at 42 last year.
Shit, right now Baltimore City got
but
over
we
60
have-
killers.
Like whatever it is, like the numbers are higher now than they were before. Like it was a noticeable difference. There was a
Yeah,
noticeable
yeah.
difference, and I mean. That even though it may not be 300, it still need to be heard. People need to stop thinking it's safe or be misled to what it is. It's bad out here.
Even
It's
the
just
audience wants to go. Randy said this was fun.
So one last thing, right? One last thing.
We're gonna be here all night for one last.
I mean, we still got stuff. We got one last thing. So I heard a guy speaking on the crime, right? He said it is more dangerous to go outside in the daytime than in the nighttime now. And I had to think about that, like, God damn, he ain't never lied. And when you look at all the murders that's been going on, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 noon, 2 o'clock. They really ain't got no time after 8 o'clock, to be honest. After 10 o'clock, definitely ain't got no time. But during that time, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't blaming no Marilyn Mosby, and I wish, possibly, if I would stop saying this, because petty crime versus high crime, murder, is two different things. If you're not going, I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, you smoking a joint. Come on, you about to get 25 years, how they did in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? But if you out here and you committing murder, come on, let's lock them up.
Commissioner Reagan believes that those broken windows, those cracks in the windows, lead to bigger crimes, and that's why you punish those smaller crimes. But then, if she did that, everybody would be complaining that she's doing a mass incarceration.
Right.
And then
taking black fathers away.
One thing I agree with her with. One thing I agree with her with is I don't want to continue. She don't want to continue locking black men up because they get more time for these smaller crimes than if another nationality, especially white or whatever, did the same crime. And these are crimes that when she do enforce them, and then you got all these little cousins and stuff that's going to jail for 10, 15 years for marijuana, and we can't catch a murder, and then you got murderers getting off for 4 or 5 years. It's like you locking all these black men up, and it's their future, because it is our men, unfortunately. It is our men. So I do understand you can't just solve the whole problem. You got to pick a piece, but she needs to bow out gracefully. And in my opinion, let the Republicans go back in and do it. And watch me be complaining about the same things. I don't know what.
What's the little yellow guy?
I'm not gonna complain because they act like Hogan is the greatest thing. They act like Hogan is Jesus.
What's the little light man? I think he gonna win.
I do too.
For state's attorney,
Ivan Bates.
Ivan Bates. I think Ivan Bates gonna win.
And then they gonna drag him.
He lost twice to Maryland. But
as long as they don't let through Big Naraja in that month.
The red gonna win.
Real quick, I did just want to say, back to Bel Air. Uncle Phil is not corrupt. He did do a corrupt thing. He got Will out. That was the corrupt thing that he did. And Carlton is not sniffing coke.
He's smoking like Zoloft or something.
Xanax for his anxiety.
And
they have powdered forms of medications for you to absorb.
Shout out to Uncle Phil though, because like you just said, Marilyn Mosby does not want the black man in prison, and Uncle Phil did not want his wife's nephew in prison and wanted to give him a second chance. So shout out to that story, that part.
Jeffrey getting niggas killed.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
That's a whole different thing.
We ain't talking about that part.
Nobody mentioned Jeffrey.
Jeffrey is a gangster. He's not a butler.
All right, y'all. Good night.
If y'all still there.
You go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just talk over?
You checked out on us?
This guy.